Namaskar. Welcome to another important episode of Editorial. Normally, Mondays I take a days off. But this Monday, I'm here in front of you because the differences between the Prime Minister of India and the Chief Minister of West Bengal, the difference seems to be growing. It seems to be getting widened. Now, we are a federal republic. It is very important that the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister works tandemly. Especially when we are facing this kind of pandemic that we are facing currently, and in the state we are talking about, that is West Bengal, they just had a major cyclone which created disaster in the state. The question that I will ask tonight is, are political differences interfering with the governance of our country? And that is why I thought this editorial was important. Let's get right into the show. You know, our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, had cultivated a very unique habit. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, from 1947 to 1963, every month while he was the Prime Minister, every month would write 2 letters to his chief ministers of every state. 2 letters. The first letter on the 1st of every month and the second on the 15th. So every fortnight he would write a letter to the chief minister. He would write this letter and talk about the current affairs, what is happening in defense, what is happening in agriculture, what is happening in industry, what is happening in finance, what is happening in education, so on and so forth. He would discuss all the topics, give them his point of view, and would ask them for theirs. Every fortnight. You know, G. Parthasarathi has collected this into 4 volumes, and it was made into a concise book by Madhav Khosla. The point that I am trying to make is, our founding fathers, the founding fathers of our country, this is the kind of relationship they envisaged between the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister. A relationship where there is communication, a relationship which I am not saying should be very cordial, because let's face facts. It is not that all chief ministers and prime ministers were the best of friends. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. There were problems. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was not very fond of Digvijay Singh. Indira Gandhi had a problem with her own people. Devraj Urs and Indira Gandhi never got along. But all of this did not affect the governance. It never affected the governance. Political difference, policy difference were separate. Governance was separate. It never affected them. Recently, West Bengal and Odisha both were affected by Yas, this cyclone, which actually devastated both these states. The Prime Minister of Narendra Modi visited both the states. Now, Bharatiya Janata Party people say that, Baba, when he landed in West Bengal, the Chief Minister was not there to receive him. He was made to wait for half an hour, where there was a meeting scheduled. He was made to wait for half an hour. In fact, there were empty chairs and all that people clicked and displayed in social media. That's one end of the story. The second end of the story is, Mamata Banerjee says that, listen, you know what? I was in a place called Sagar, which was quite far. So by the time I came from Sagar, it took me time. And also the fact that there were, the security regarding the Prime Minister's landing. So she said, we were not allowed to land. We were made to hover around for 20 minutes. And that's the 20 minutes she says that I was late. And she says there's no protocol that the Chief Minister has to be there every time the Prime Minister comes in to receive him. There is no protocol, she says. Her point of view. The Prime Minister says, Baba, I came for a meeting and where are you? Now, she says, Mamata Banerjee says that I was there, but your SPG didn't allow me to come in. Your SPG made me wait out for 1 hour. Me and my chief secretary was waiting out for 1 hour. Now, there is one point that she made, which actually is a point to ponder. When the Prime Minister visited Odisha, the meeting was between the Prime Minister, the PM and the CM. Prime Minister met the CM. CM, of course, had his administrative staff. I'm sure Prime Minister had his administrative staff, the office bearers. But it was PM-CM meeting. Incidentally, when he visited Gujarat also, it was the PM-CM meeting. PM is staff and CM is staff. But when it came to West Bengal, the Prime Minister had the governor sitting there. The Prime Minister had the opposition party head sitting there, Shubhendu Adhikari sitting there. And the CM West Bengal says she was all alone. She was just with her secretary. Chief secretary, that is. She and her chief secretary went in. She said, well, that was unfair. What is this? CM West Bengal versus BJP, or is it CM West Bengal and PM meeting? So she obviously felt very bad about it. Now the PM has all the right to invite whoever he wants to the meeting. But the question is, when you didn't invite the opposition leader of Odisha, when you didn't invite the opposition leader of Gujarat, who would have been a Congress candidate, how could you invite? And why did you invite the opposition leader of West Bengal? Was that a political decision or was that an administrative decision? This is where I say that we are getting mixed. We are mixing political rivalry, and that is affecting administration. That is affecting governance. This is where I said. So anyway, these people came. She went and she met the Prime Minister and she requested, she gave whatever report she has to give according to her. And she requested the Prime Minister that, listen, you know what, I need to go. I have to go to a place called Digha now. So if it's over, let me go. According to her, she says the Prime Minister asked her to go and she went. The clash started from that. Bharatiya Janata Party went on to say that, oh, the Chief Minister of West Bengal insulted the Prime Minister. This is not how protocol is followed. The Chief Minister has to give due respect to the Prime Minister, which is also a fact, and be there and so on and so forth. Chief Minister West Bengal says that, listen, you know what is important? My people, the people who are suffering, or protocol? What is important? Secondly, she says there is no protocol where the Chief Minister has to be there, present where everywhere the Prime Minister goes. And the third thing she says is, listen, it was supposed to be a CM-PM talk. Where is the opposition leader? And why the opposition leader? Why the governor? So she felt that it was not a PM-CM talk anymore. It is a BJP versus CM talk. So that is what her version is. The center recalls the Chief Secretary of West Bengal, Shri Alappan Bandyopadhyay. CM West Bengal, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, cries foul. She says, I am in the middle of a pandemic. I am in the middle of trying to sort the cyclone disaster, whatever the cyclone has caused. And right in the middle of all this, you are taking away my number 2. Chief Secretary of a state is the head of administration of a state. Right in the middle of all this, you are pulling away my Chief Secretary. How fair is that? Now, does the center has the right to pull back or recall a Chief Secretary? Of course, because IAS is a central government employee, not a state government employee. So everybody is right in their own way, but the fact remains that finally all this is actually affecting the people. It is affecting the governance. Now to conclude, my take on this is as follows. My late father used to always say that whenever you look at a report card of a kid, he says if the report card has horizontal red lines, that means the student is definitely at fault. Horizontal red lines means he is failing in every subject. Definitely, it is the student's fault. But if the student has vertical red lines, then the teacher too is at fault. Because the student is passing in all the other subjects, but in this particular one subject, for instance, mathematics, the student is failing. Which means the teacher has to give a little more attention when she knows that otherwise this child is performing well in all the other subjects. If the teacher doesn't give more attention and it is only in one subject that the child is failing, then the teacher definitely is at fault. My father used to say this. If you juxtapose that logic here, it is not just Mamata Banerjee who seems to have a problem with the Prime Minister of India. This issue seems to be prevalent with almost every non-Bharatiya Janata Party or a non-ally chief minister. Arvind Kejriwal seems to have a problem with the Prime Minister. Uddhav Thackeray had a lot of issues, or Uddhav Thackeray administration had a lot of issues, though Uddhav Thackeray didn't speak much. Uddhav Thackeray's administration seems to have a lot of problems with the centre. Incidentally, the Chief Minister of Jharkhand also seems to have a problem with the Prime Minister. The problem is not just with one Chief Minister. So before I end my editorial, there is one more news that has just been handed over to me, and that is Sri Alapan Bandyopadhyay, IAS, Chief Secretary of West Bengal, is retiring today. I told you previously that he has been recalled in the center. Now he is retiring today because technically he is supposed to retire today, but then they requested to give him an extension because obviously because of this pandemic and the fact that he was heading the administration, they had requested, the Chief Minister of West Bengal had requested the center to give him an extension, which the center had given him, but after giving the extension, they recalled him back to Delhi. So he resigned, and now, starting tomorrow, he is going to be appointed as the Chief Advisor to the Chief Minister of West Bengal. I mean, these kind of politics, where you are involving the administration, where you are involving the bureaucracy, is turning dangerous. Like I said before, till politics is played amongst politicians, it's okay. It's their life, their career. But when politics creeps into administration, the victim are the people of this country. Till I see you next time, Namaskar. Namaskar. We asked you to support us, and we are overwhelmed and grateful for the kind of support you gave us. A lot of you all told us that you find it difficult to support us through Facebook or through YouTube, and you would like to directly come and take subscription on our channel. A lot of you all said that you wouldn't prefer to pay through credit cards, but rather have other methodologies. A lot of you all said that you want a one-time payment option, one-time subscription option. So we arranged for all of that. All of that has been arranged for. We have now multiple payment options. We have UPI, we have Paytm, we have credit cards, we have net banking, we have wallet. We have a lot of payment option now. We have a one-time subscription option. And all of this is now available on our website. The link is down below, and our website, of course, as you know, is www.hwnews.in. Mind you, with subscription, we also have a lot we offer you. So you have exclusive programs, you have exclusive meet and greets, you have exclusive goodie bags, a lot of it that we give for each subscription. All of those details are there in our website. So please go to our website and if possible, subscribe to us. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.